Hi Virgo, this is Teresa. Welcome to August. And before I start your reading, I want to call in some good energy and create some sacred space around this reading. And I hope this reading is a help to you. So this month, for August, we have a full moon in Aquarius on the 15th. We just came out of a new moon in Leo, which was happening in your 12th house. And we're having a new moon in your sign at the end of the month. So that should be a wonderful new moon because it's part of somewhat of a grand trine. It's not exactly tight, but I think Saturn's in range. So it should bring abundance and good time for new beginnings, especially since your ruling planet Mercury is moving out of its shadow this month, and it'll be out of its shadow at the time of the full moon. And then retrograde, Uranus goes retrograde at the same time. And then we have Jupiter coming online on August 11th. It's moving forward. So things are going to, we've been through all this retrograde energy and the eclipses. It's been a very stressful July. So people who've been feeling stuck, things should start to move as we move into September and October, because some of the other planets are going to start moving forward. But at least your planet has now started to move forward for August, so that's a good thing for Virgo. So let's see what the cards have to say about love and relationships. What does Virgo need to know about love and relationships for the month of August 2019? What does Virgo need to know about love and relationships for the month of August 2019? What does Virgo need to know? The Page of Pentacles, the Six of Swords, the Page of Wands, the Eight of Pentacles, the Six of Pentacles, the Hangman, the King of Wands, the Knight of Wands, the Five of Cups, and the Six of Wands. Okay. So you're starting out the month. The Page of Pentacles can represent a student. It's the student card. So you're starting out the month hopeful. You're open to the new, and you're open to learning new things. If this doesn't represent a child in your life who might be a student, then it represents you, who you're open to learning new things, and you're open to trying new things. And I feel like you're on the edge of moving away from something that was troubling and moving towards some greater harmony. You have these three sixes actually. So I think you're moving out of a difficult time, and you're going to be moving into greater period of success, and you can kind of relax a little bit in August, especially by the end of August when there's that new moon in Virgo in your sign. Because the Six of Swords is a card of movement and moving away from difficulty. You've been navigating troubled waters. This is a card of communication also, and especially since Mercury has been retrograde, there could have been a lot of miscommunications in a relationship where people were misunderstanding each other, and you were trying to get a message out, but it wasn't getting across. Because here you have this Page of Wands, which is a message that comes in. And you could have an opportunity to get involved in a new career path or a new direction, because you have this Eight of Pentacles. So the Eight of Pentacles is about being the apprentice, you're at the beginning stages of a new path, or taking a new direction in your career, or even taking a new direction in a relationship or some partnership. But it's the beginning stages, so you can't expect a lot just yet. But you have recently received some good news, some encouragement, and now you're embarking on this new path. And it could involve helping others, because the Six of Pentacles is here, giving to those less fortunate than you, or working with people who need to be healed, or who need extra care in some way. So you might be giving more than you're receiving in August. So you want to set some boundaries and make sure that you're taking care of yourself as well as others. Because Virgo is all about service and sacrifice. So sometimes we have a tendency, we want to help, and we forget to think, hey, I need to rest. I need to take some time out for me. I'm giving to everybody who wants something from me, and I've been just giving too much. So just keep that in mind, because sometimes with the Six of Pentacles, there's this imbalance in the give and take in a relationship. So if you're giving too much, maybe you need to speak up. Now that Mercury's going direct, your message will come across. Your message will be received. And if there's any misunderstandings, you can clear those up too. You have the Hangman here. This is a card of learning to see things from a different perspective. So if you've had some type of disagreement or confusion or misunderstanding in a relationship, you can clear things up by just talking about it, but also trying to see things from the other person's perspective. And this is also a card of giving something up for something better. But it may feel like a sacrifice. So it's like you're not really unhappy with your current situation and you don't really want to give it up, but there's something else on offer. So it could be another relationship that, if it's not a relationship, it even could be a career opportunity that's beckoning you to, come this way, because I'm seeing change of residence, change of job. So you might be traveling more in your career, or a relationship that you're forming is causing you to travel. Because the Hangman is always, it's a card of giving something up that feels like a sacrifice. So it's not like a no-brainer, oh, I'm in this horrible situation and I don't mind giving it up. There's an element of, I really don't want to give it up, but I know I want to move on to something better. So there's that dilemma of wanting to have your cake and eat it too, and sometimes you just can't. Sometimes you have to make a choice. Which one do I really want? What's going to fulfill me the most? And so it's a giving up with a little bit of resistance, like you're not really sure you want to give it up. You have the King of Wands here. So you could be dealing with a fire sign in your life. Someone who's a good leader, who knows how to get things done. Sometimes they could be a little bit bossy, but they have a good heart. They really care. It's just that they can be strong and opinionated at times, and so you might butt heads. But anyway, I think this king could be also a good mentor, someone who shows you, who guides you, and gives you advice and guidance so that you can be successful. It could be a partner that's very supportive of you. It could be a boss that is kind of like a mentor. In any case, you have this Knight of Wands in your environment. And the Knight of Wands is a card of travel and movement. It's like you're ready for adventure. You might be bored with your life, or ready for just ready to take a new path, ready to travel, get out of your comfort zone, get out of the neighborhood. Maybe you're tired of the same old, same old. This is giving you a chance to travel and maybe make some new connections. You might even be dealing with someone. Sometimes if this is a person, there could be two people, and you're trying to figure out which one do I want to be with. The Knight of Wands could be someone who's a lot of fun but not stable. Someone who doesn't always keep their promises. So you could be choosing between someone that you've known a long time, that's been there for you, and some new energy that's come in, that's offering you adventure. But there may not be a lot of stability to this new adventure. And in your wish fulfillment sector, you have the Five of Cups, which is a card of regret. So maybe you're afraid that if I take this new opportunity, if I follow this new path with this fun person, I might have a sense of regret about it. And it could also mean that some of you might be in a relationship that feels like it's going through a difficult time, and you're afraid that it might end. It's a shaky time, because fives represent instability. And here you're focusing on the losses. You're focusing on everything that's going wrong. You're not focusing on what is going right. So you can save the relationship. If some of you are in a relationship and you're thinking about leaving it for someone new because you feel like, I can't fix this, or there's too much water over the dam, you need to turn around. Turn around and look at what you still have to work with. And so if you're in a relationship that is maybe a little bit rocky and you want to fix it, you can. For some of you, you maybe already have left a relationship and now you might be feeling sorry for yourself, feeling that, I've lost something that was of value to me. And so now you're kind of forced to take this new direction, or you're embarking on a new direction, but your heart may not be in it because you're still grieving the loss of someone else, with a sense of regret of how things played out. Maybe you did some things that you felt, well, maybe I should have done things differently. But stop focusing on the past. You have the Six of Wands here. This is a card of victory. This is a card of travel. So I feel like if you could cut your losses and focus on what's positive in your life, instead of focusing on the mistakes that you've made in the past, or focusing on maybe a relationship that didn't work out because of certain things that happened, focus on, well, what can I do from here on? What can I do to make my current situation better and abundant? Because you have all this potential. You have all these sixes. So the potential is there to make some changes, to move on, to move into something better, and to be good at what you're doing. I mean, if you're in a career situation, you might be changing jobs or taking a new direction in your career that's going to bring you reward and recognition. Maybe you're taking, you need to take more of a leadership role in your life and in your career, or even with a relationship. Maybe you've just been kind of drifting, going with the flow, and now you need to take charge or take action. So if you want to fix a relationship, communication is going to be important. And you'd be surprised how you can save something. It doesn't have to be over if you don't want it to be. So think carefully before you make any final decisions. Because maybe what you want now may change down the road, and you may regret leaving something that was of value. So let's see what the astrology has to say for Virgo. So you have a full moon in your 6th house that's also affecting your 12th house. It is a time of clearing out. It's a time of facing the moon in the 6th house. It's in Aquarius, so there's not, it's kind of like a cold moon or an unemotional moon. And you have all this Leo energy in your 12th house. Sun, Venus, Mars. I feel like you're definitely going through a time of pulling back to think of your life because the 12th house is your psychological house. Where do I feel blocked? What is hidden? What am I not seeing? What are my blind spots? With Venus in the 12th, you could be having secret feelings for someone. You could have a secret love affair going on. Or you could just be very not wanting to express your feelings, afraid to express your love. Maybe not even aware that you have feelings because the 12th house is hidden. It's the blind spot. You have Mars in the 12th. You could be frustrated, feeling like you're blocked in some way. And you could have anger that you're not expressing. So there's a lot of emotion that you're not expressing. And with the sun there, and everything being in Leo, you're feeling like you can't express yourself. You can't be yourself. Or you're afraid to show the world who you are. You're afraid to be in the spotlight. So, there's a certain conflict between your need to express yourself and your need to be true to you and what you want and what you need in a relationship, and to also be of service to others. Because the moon in Aquarius, Aquarius is about the other. Aquarius is about the needs of the many. And so there might be a conflict, like how do I serve the people around me and still get my own needs met? So you may have to deal with that on a psychological level. You might need to really do some soul searching, dig deep to find that solution. But certain truths can be revealed at this time. So anything that you've been repressing with this full moon, it can bring it to the surface so that you can heal it. Because the 6th house is also the house of health and healing. So if you have any psychological issues that you've been sweeping under the rug, now is a great time to go into that and to explore that area. And even if you need help, to go to get a counselor or a good friend to help you see how you've been holding yourself back from love and from just enjoying life. Maybe you've been burdening yourself with obligations in service to others, and you haven't been taking care of your own needs. So that's all going to be the focus at this full moon. And also you have Mercury in the 12th, so you're not speaking up. You need to speak up. You need to get in touch with what you need to be happy. Now Uranus is in the 9th house, so there could be some surprise developments, a need for travel, a need for maybe education. Maybe there's an opportunity where you can learn new skills, and it may involve travel. You may have to travel to get this new information, or you might be traveling to teach. If you're not learning, you're teaching with the 9th house. Pluto's in your 5th house, so if you have a message, if you're trying to express yourself in some way, Pluto is allowing you have this powerful message to express, or you can express yourself in a powerful way through some type of art form or creativity. Jupiter in the 4th is bringing abundance to your home. And Neptune in the 7th, the only thing with Neptune in the 7th is you need to, and it's a long transit, it's going to be around for a long time. It can bring a soulmate connection. It can bring a partner that feels very spiritual, and maybe not so much sexual, but more like you're relating on this higher level, the spiritual level. But it can also bring illusion and delusion, like where you're idealizing someone or you're sacrificing too much for someone because you're not seeing them in their true light. So be careful if you're forming any new partnerships, and make sure that the person is who they say they are, that you're seeing them clearly. So even if you have to ask an opinion of someone who is not involved, get an objective opinion if you're forming any new partnerships. Now the new moon in Virgo is wonderful. It's in your 1st house. It's got Sun, Moon, Mars, and Venus in your 1st house. So if you're not in a relationship, Venus coming through your 1st house can attract love. You're looking good, you're attracting love, you're attracting harmony. If you are in a relationship, it's only going to make things better. You're going to be coming across as more charming. With Mars there, you're going to feel like taking action and make some changes. You're going to really feel this new moon energy. So maybe what happens at the full moon is you clear out all your baggage, and you're wiping the slate clean and getting ready for a fresh start with this new moon in Virgo. So you can reinvent yourself. You can be a new you at the end of August, like have a new health regimen or a new way of presenting yourself in the world. New confidence, new assertiveness, because Mars there will make you assertive. And it's trine Uranus in the 9th. And it's trine Saturn in the 5th. So if you have a message, if you have a website or a blog or something and you need to get your message out, launch it around this Virgo new moon. You've got this grand trine energy working for you. So this is just beautiful energy. And it's all in favorable, it's in favorable aspects to your sign. So it's giving you this positive energy. Take advantage of this positive trine and new moon energy to start something at the end of August into the early days of September. I would even wait till the first few days of September to initiate something. I think you can't go wrong. So that's my forecast for you, Virgo. And I hope this reading was a help to you. I hope you've enjoyed it. And I want to say thank you for liking and subscribing to my channel, liking the videos. Thank you for commenting on the videos. And if you're new, welcome. And for those who have ordered readings, thank you. And if you'd like to have a reading, a private reading, just click on the link in into the description box and we'll get you on the schedule. In the meantime, Virgo, enjoy your new moon, and I hope you have an abundant and wonderful August. And I'll talk to you again next month. Okay, bye now.